Alright, so once you find some points on a scatter plot, then what you may want to do is you might want to figure out the relationship, which we did by either having a positive, negative, or no correlation. After that, what you may have to do is find a line, fit a line to your data. What we call this is your line of fit. I know, catchy wording, I understand. What you do is you sketch a line that appears to fit the points, choose 2 points on the line, and then find the equation of the line that passes through the 2 points. So now your line of your line of fit may not go through all your points, but it should be a good representation of your data points that are on your graph. So let's go ahead and look at example 3 here. We need to find a linear model that relates the year to the number of employees in your telecommunications industry. So if we go ahead and graph number 3 here, we're going to use these same points. This is actually the same graph we're going to use from example 2. So we're going to start at 2001, 2002, 2. We should have years down here, right? Or a year, sorry. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Feel free to pause and plot your dots here if you like. This may take a moment. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pause and plot my dots, and then magically the whole graph will appear. Voila! There's all your points. So they just magically appeared. What we want to do is we want to find a linear model. So we have to draw a line that goes through these points. When you draw your line, it should be a good representation of your points. It doesn't have to go through all of them, because if I choose here, if I choose to go through some of these points, it's not going to go through all of them. See, this is a pretty good line. I can't believe I drew it that straight. But that's a pretty good line because you have some equal points on both sides of your graph, and then and it pretty much goes to the center of your data. So now, in order to actually figure out an equation here, what you need to do is you need to choose 2 points. So I'm going to choose actually the points on each end. You don't always choose the points on each end, but that's basically on your line, and this one is pretty close also. So if we choose those 2 points, well, the 2 points that we're going to use is 2002 and 192, and we're going to do 2007 to 97. So these are an ordered pair, right? These are your x's and your y's. So in order to write the equation of a line, the first thing you need to do is you need to find your slope. So we find our slope by saying m is equal to, you take your y value of your second point minus the y value of your first point, so 267 minus 192 all over 2007 minus 2002. So when we do that, we subtract those and we get a 75 over 5, which gives us a slope of 15. So there's your slope. Now the rest of your equation, you can either use your slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, or you can use point slope form and solve it for y. I think that's going to be the easiest way. In fact, that's the way I want to do it. So I'm going to use point slope form, which point slope form is just, whoops, wrong button there. Point slope form is just y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where m is your slope, which we just found. x1 and y1 is one of your ordered pairs. So I'm going to choose the first ordered pair. I'm going to use this ordered pair as my x sub 1 and my y sub 1. So I'm going to say y minus 192 equals 15 is my slope times x minus 2002. And then we're going to simplify this. So this is just y minus 192. My pen is not going very nice today. Lo siento. And this is 30,030. When you multiply 15 times 2002. So if you add your 192 to both sides, you're going to get the equation y equals 15x minus 29,000 838. So this would be the equation that represents your line of fit. And so when we just draw a little box around our answer, there's your equation. Now, what do you think your, let's backtrack a little bit. What do you think your M represents? Well, that represents, if these are your Y values on top, which would be your employees, over on the bottom is your year, what your slope means, they added 15 employees per year. Only 15? Gosh, I thought the telecommunications was going up big time. Oh wait, 15,000 employees each year. That makes a difference. That makes a difference. But notice we're not putting 15, 000. So make sure you interpret your information, interpret your graph, and then once you get your answer, make sure you pay attention if it makes sense. So, for example 3, I'm Mr. Klein. Later, Gators.